Now at this point, I will ask everyone to get a piece of paper because we will be having an activity. So as you can see here, we have different figures. And what I want you to do is to look at these figures below and complete the statement, okay? I will give everyone 5 minutes to do this activity. Okay, you can start now. Is everyone done with the activity? Okay, yes, very good. Okay, now let's try to answer the activity. So we have here, this is, what do you call this? This is line segment AB. There's a dash over there. So this is the line segment AB. So what is the line segment that is the same with line segment AB? So we have here line segment AC. Okay, so the answer is line segment AC. Okay, so along with our lesson, we will be able to comprehend more on how we are able to get this line segment AC here. I'm going to put the dash here. Okay, next one, we have this rectangle. So we have W, X, Y, Z. So this is line segment WY. So what is the other letter that has the same as WX, WY? Okay, we have here X, Z. Very good. Okay, so who can tell me what is the other line segment that is the same with WX? This one over here, the WX. What is the other line segment that is the same with WX? Line segment WX. Yes, very good. We have line segment YZ. So we have YZ here. Very good. Okay. Now let's proceed to this one. So we have here line segment BC. Here, over here, line segment BC. So what is the other line segment that is the same with line segment BC? Anyone? Yes, very good. We have here line segment DE, or it can be ED. So whatever you like. So we can have here ED. Okay, we have put here line. So line segment ED, or it can be line segment DE. So this one here, we have line segment AB. So what is the same with line segment AB? Can anyone tell me? Yes, very good. We have here line segment AE or EA. They are the same. Here, AB, another one here, or this one here. Here, can make this point. We have AE. Okay, very good. Since we're done with this activity, I will ask a few questions for everyone. So my question is, how are you able to identify line segments? So how are you able to identify it? So as we go on with our topic for today, we will be able to answer these questions. So next question is, do they have the same length? Do they have? Yes? No? Oh, we're gonna find out that later. So what are other words for the same length? Do you have any idea? Synonyms of the same length. Same. Okay. Okay, very good. They are similar, yes. Okay. Later on, we're gonna find out about what are the answers to those questions. Okay, as we go on with our topic. Now let's proceed to the topic itself and the objectives for today's lesson. Does anyone have an idea what will be our topic for today? Okay, line segment. Yes, it can be. Yes. Okay, now our topic for today will be congruent line segment. Yes, right. Okay, very good. So our objectives for today is, so who can read the objectives? Okay, I will just read it, okay? So first objective we have is identify congruent line segments through an activity. So as we go on with our discussion for today, we will have an activity that will enable you to identify congruent line segments. So next objective we have is for you to draw congruent line segments using square, triangle, and outer shapes. So isn't it exciting? Yes, you will be able to draw line segments, congruent line segments. Okay, very good. Last objective we have is for you to participate actively in individual and group activity. So this relates to our discussion, which is the congruent line segments. Okay, that would be our objectives at the end of today's lesson. Is everyone ready to learn? Okay, very good. Everyone was so enthusiastic today. Okay, before I start my discussion, I want everyone to sit properly and listen carefully to the person talking in front of you. If you have any questions, just what? Raise your right hand so we can cater your questions, okay? Very good. Understand? Okay, good. Now let's start our discussion. So, does anyone here have knowledge about our discussion for today, which is congruent line segment? Anyone? Our past discussions, we've already talked about line segment. Yes, line segment is a portion of a line that has two endpoints. Very good. Okay, now we're talking about congruent. So, in geometry, two or more objects or figures are congruent if they have the same size and shape. It usually refers to line segment, shapes or figures, and angles. Okay, very good. Do you understand? Yes. Okay. Now, the mathematical symbol we use to show congruence is this one. We have here an equal sign and a little squiggling sign above it. So, this one. This is the symbol we use in mathematics to show congruence. Now let us define congruent line segment. So a line segment is congruent if they have the same length. So let us look at this example over here. We have two line segments. So we're gonna name this one point A, and this one here is point B. The second line, we're gonna name this as line CB or line segment CB. This is point C and this is point B. So let us look at the length of both lines or both line segments. So we have here 3 centimeter and the other one is also 3 centimeter. Since they have the same length, then they are congruent. Okay, very good. So how are we able to write this one? So we first write it as we have here line AB. So we have here line segment AB. So what we're going to use? We're going to use this congruence symbol. So we have here, I'm going to write it like that. Then, next is we're gonna write this line segment CB. CB. Okay. So, we're gonna read it as line segment AB is congruent to line segment CB. Or it can be, we can use line segment BA or line segment CB. You can do that. So you can have here BA. It's still the same. Here BC. So this is our example. So for a quick review, we have here a bar on the top of these letters. So we call that the line segment. So it's a bar above two letters to show line segment, because we're gonna read it as line segment AB is congruent to line segment CB because they have the same length. Did you all understand? Okay, yes, very good. We need to remember that the line segment do not need to be parallel to be congruent. As you can see here below, we have an illustration, and we call this one tick marks. So this tick marks, it's spelled as T-I-C-K marks. These are small line segments. They're like slashes. So one slash here and one slash here for these two line segments, because they denote congruence of line segments. So this one here and the other line segment, it shows two tick marks. It's the same. So this one is the first congruence, and the other is the second congruence for the line segments. Okay, now below here, so we have here line segment. What is the line segment here? Line segment DE, very good. So we have line segment DE, put dash over there at the top, is congruent to what? What line segment here has the same length with line segment DE? So we have here line segment GF, very good. So we're gonna put here line segment GF, or it can be line segment FG, or it can be line segment ED. So the second line segment that we can see here that are congruent to each other, can give me? Yes, we have here line segment BG, very good. Okay, we're gonna write here line segment BG, dash over there, and the mathematical sign for congruence. Okay, have that there. What is the other line segment that is the same with line segment BG? That is congruent to line segment BG. Yes, we have here below the line segment EF. Very good. Okay, you are all participating. That's nice. We have EF. EF. Okay. So we put here one slash here and one slash here to show congruence for this line segment. And another, we put double slash here because this is the second line segment that are congruent to each other. So if there are other line segments that are congruent to each other, we put 3 slash to it. Okay? Those are called tick marks. Okay. Same with this one. We have here at the top, we have line segment AB. What is the same or congruence with line segment AB? So we have here line segment CD. So we have 2 tick marks. Also, because they have the same length. Also, line segment EF and line segment HG. So they have one tick marks because they have the same length. Okay, very good. Now let's proceed here. I want you to identify where can we find the line segment here. So I'm gonna put here, okay, let's put some names to it. This is A, B, C. This is B, E, F. So where is the congruent line segments here? Anyone? Yes, we have here line segment AB and line segment EF. So we're gonna put one thick line. So we have here, put here, there. Yes. Okay, we're gonna write it as line segment AB. It's this, congruent to line segment EF. Very good. Now, where are other congruent line segments here that you can see? Look at the example carefully so you can see the difference of these two triangles. Okay, we have here line segment AC and line segment BE. Very good. Okay, I'm gonna put here line segment AC is congruent to line segment DE. It can be line segment CA or ED. Now let's put the mark here. Okay. So what are other line segments that are congruent to each other you can find? Yes, the last one, which is line segment BC or CD, or then the other one is line segment BF or FD. So we're gonna put 3 tick marks here. Okay, there. Gonna put here line segment BC is congruent to line segment DF. Good. Okay. We're done with this activity. Now let's do more activities to really understand the congruence of line segment. Okay, let's look at another example here. You can see it. Okay. So we have here another example. So what kind of shape is this one? Anyone? Okay. To know the shape, let us count its sides. Okay. Let's start with letter A here. Let's count. Okay. From A to B, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So what do you call that shape that has 10 sides? You call it? Yes, decagon. Very good, everyone. Okay. So in this figure here, how many line segments we can find? Okay, let's find out. Okay. Are the line segments here congruent? Okay. Yes, as you can see, they are congruent. So let's list down here the congruent line segments that you can find. Okay. So I want to ask all of you for your participation. Okay. You tell me what are the congruent line segments that we can find in this figure. Okay. So anyone, what is the first line segment that you can see? Okay, let's start with letter A here. Yes, we have here line segment AB. Another. Yes, also we have another line segment BC. Another line segment. So we have here CD. We're done with this one. have line segment CD. And so another one, we have line segment DE. Next, we have EF. EF. Next one is we have FG. Very good. Next is GH. Another. Yes. Nice. We have here HI. Right. We have IJ. Another one. We have HIJ. Another one. Last one is we have JA. Okay. Or we can put it as AJ, JI, IH. Okay. Still the same. So how many we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have found 10 line segments. So since they are congruent to each other, so we can have different combinations to show congruence, okay? We can have AB is congruent to HI. Yes. And we can have BC is congruent to GA. So BC here is congruent to JA. Because all of this in this decagon have the same length. Okay, are there any more questions? Okay, since you don't have any more questions, I will be the one asking now. Okay, you don't have to be afraid because my question is just about our discussion for today. Okay, now how do we identify congruent line segments? Anyone? Yes? Good, very good, yes. Congruent line segment we can identify it as having the same length or measure, and we call that congruent line segment. Okay, what do you call line segment that has the same length? Yes, congruence. Very good. Okay, since we're done with our discussion, then we will proceed to our another activity. Okay, for this time, we will have a group activity. So I will divide the class into 5 groups. Okay, let's start counting from 1 to 5, okay? Then continue. Everyone was in their respective groups. Okay, now I will explain to you our group activity for today. So we have part 1 and part 2, which is letter A and letter B here. So as what I've instructed all of you yesterday that you need to bring a ruler because we're gonna have an activity for today. So did you guys bring your ruler? Okay, very good. Okay, bring your ruler. Okay, so this part 1 of our activity, what you're gonna do is you need to choose from this polygon. So for example, I have here a triangle. So I have here as my chosen image. So if you choose here triangle, you need to first follow this list of steps. So we have 2 steps here. You need to draw a copy of the polygon on each group. So you need to, if you choose triangle, you need to copy and draw triangle. So the catch here is that on each group using congruent line segments. So that's why I asked you to bring your ruler, because you need to measure. So it depends to you how the length of your polygon. So it depends to you. So let's say my polygon here, the triangle, is 10 centimeter here, and also 10 centimeter here, 10 centimeter. So the length of my triangle, every side has 10 centimeter. Okay. they are 10 centimeter. So, on each side, using congruent line segment on each side of the polygon. So, next step we have is name the congruent line segment. So, since they are congruent or they have the same length, so we're gonna name this one. So, we're gonna put here point A, this is point B, and this is point C. Since the instruction is to name the congruent line segment, so we have here congruent AB, name the congruent line segments. So we have line segment AB is congruent to what here? Line segment BC. So where are the congruents? So we have here also line segment AB is congruent to line segment AC. So you're just gonna list every line segment that has congruent in here, as long as it does not repeat the line segment or the congruent line segment. So you're just gonna list here the congruent line segment or name the congruent line segment like this one. Okay, did you all understand? Okay, very good. Okay, now let's proceed to the part 2 of your activity or group activity. So we have here the direction, observe the figure, identify and list all the congruent line segments. So the same thing with here, you're just gonna identify and also list all the congruent line segments that you can find in this figure. Okay? Am I understood? Yes, very good. Okay, since you all understood the directions for the part 1 and part of your group activity, I will give you 10 minutes, which is 5 minutes for this one and 5 minutes for this one to do your activity. Okay, you may now start. Now, to assess everyone's understanding, I will give a quiz to all of you. Okay, I have here worksheets which I'll be giving each one of you. So first we have here 2 activities. We have letter A and letter B. So first activity that you're going to answer in your worksheet is that, are the 2 line segments congruent? So we have here 5 items. So measure them using your ruler. Write yes if it is congruent and no if it is not congruent. So we have here 5 items quiz in which you're going to measure. Example number 1, you're going to measure using your ruler if it is congruent or not. Right? Yes or no. So now let's proceed to the activity number 2 that you're going to answer on your worksheet. So which line segments are congruent? So we have here illustration. So we have different line segments here which have different lengths. Have 5 centimeter, 5 centimeter, 6, and also 5 centimeter. So just gonna identify here what are the lengths that have congruent line segments. Okay. Are there any questions? Okay. None? Okay. Now I will give each one of you your activity sheets. Okay, please pass it. Is everyone done with your activity sheets? Yes, okay. Oh, there are some that are still finishing. Okay, let's wait for them for a while, okay? That's very good, okay. Afterwards, I'm gonna record your score. Since it's almost time, I want all of you to first get your notebook, assignment notebook, and I want you to write what I'm going to say. Okay. Okay. For your assignment, I want you to read in advance our next lesson. It is found on page 52 of our book. Okay? So that will be our next topic for tomorrow. Okay? I want you to scan your book and read it so you will be prepared for tomorrow's discussion. Is that clear? Yes. Did you all understand our discussion for today? Yes, very good. I'm happy because all of you did understand our lesson, okay? Since we're done with our lesson and it's almost time, let's all say goodbye to each other and see you all for tomorrow. Goodbye, everyone.